Hello and welcome. I'm Daniel.
I'm Andrew, and we're brothers, and this is the Daniel and Andrew Show,
where we give our opinions about movies and TV that we've been watching lately. Oh, and talk about a 1-year anniversary. So, Andrew, how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Nice little break there. So we got lots of stuff to talk about today. Did you have a nice week?
Yep, my week's been good. Well, I did take... Yeah, it's been a longer week, but recently I got my flu and COVID shot, and just like, wasn't horrible or anything. It just, I didn't want to do anything because of it. And I was like tired the whole time.
Right, exactly. Because I had gotten sick a couple weeks ago, so I was, kind of wonky since then. But, trying to get ready because the holidays are coming up and all that good stuff, and ready for it to be busy again. And so it's like try to calm before the busyness. We'll see what happens with how busy it is. I don't know how busy it's going to be. We can talk about the holiday movies, but I don't know. We got lots planned for today. We have all the great segments, because we've been doing this for 1 full year. So this will probably be a extra long episode today. So got lots of stuff.
Doesn't feel like it's been a year, but apparently it's been a year.
It's been a year since we've been doing this. We started, I think, like the end of September of last year. We totally forgot, it's been a year. And we did 50 or 52nd episode a while ago. We did our 50 episode a while ago as well. So, we've just passed. We've just been doing this. We've just been on a roll here. We weren't even thinking about it. It's just time flies. It felt like it was January, literally yesterday. I was taking down Christmas decorations, and now you're putting them back up soon. As of Halloween is tomorrow at the time of recording this. So, but me and you, I don't think anybody in our family cares about Halloween. So, and we're not even talking about a horror movie or anything. So, So Halloween's just another day for me. But we our first review that we talked about was Prey on this the old podcast. Still a good movie. I thought about watching it again because I haven't seen it in a while.
About a year.
I know, exactly. I hadn't even watched the original Predator, and I watched the original Predator, and it was not that great.
I don't think any of them are that great. It's just like
I think Prey's probably the best one.
Classic kind of monster now, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure it was cutting edge at the time, but it looks real goofy, guy, because he's invisible, and it's just like a silhouette of the guy in the Predator head thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That movie was pretty good, and they've talked. They're in talks for a sequel to that. And it was I can't remember what they were thinking, World War I or something like that, which would be interesting. So let's see. Did you watch anything this week?
Yeah. I've been bouncing around a few shows because I haven't really super enjoyed anything I've been watching. Started a show called The Expanse. It's a sci-fi show.
Yeah.
Eh, my wife likes it, but meh, I was pretty mid on it, so I'm probably not going to continue that one. We're on season 3 of a show called Upload. It's on Amazon, and it's about uploading your, like, essentially your mind or soul, I guess, whatever you want to call it, into a digital sort of wonderland sort of thing.
It's the guy who did The Office, I believe, creator of that, or Parks and Rec. Because there's two guys that did the American version of The Office, 2 guys, and then they did both of them did like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and some other ones, and then they split off, and one of them did Upload and one of them did something else. I can't remember, but yeah, it's one of those guys. So I'm sure it's funny. And
I thought season 1 was really good, and I can't really remember season 2 all that much. And then this season it's not bad, but it definitely lost the interesting part of the story for me. So now it's just kind of chugging for me.
Yeah, they did The Good Place, and it was similar. I think I watched the first season of that, and then it's like, okay, well, I think the novelty is worn off.
Yeah.
I know that people
I've watched all
show,
of
though.
Good Place. I've watched all of it, and I do enjoy that show. I will say it definitely, the first season is by far the best.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of where the premise of the show is. And then they're like, oh, people like this. Well, let's make some more sort of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. That was the show that I feel like it could have just been like a funny, contained miniseries. It didn't really need to be like a full. I don't know. For me, I think it's like, okay, I got it.
I did like how that show ended, though. So
well, good.
But it does kind of go in circles, sort of thing, after the first season. So
it felt like a funny sketch then to me than like a long running show, but who am I? So all right, anything else?
And I watched the first episode of Loki today.
And
I liked it.
Cool.
Pretty much like the trailer is basically like the first episode, essentially.
Yeah. All right.
And it has that one guy.
Yeah.
Who was in
won the Oscar.
Yeah. And he's really funny in it, and Owen Wilson's really funny. So I really enjoyed the first episode so far.
Excellent. That's good.
But I mean, it's more of the Loki thing.
I heard the first episode was good, and then I heard the second episode wasn't as good, and then it got better again. I don't know. I haven't watched a solitary moment of that show so far. The second season.
Like Owen Wilson's kind of one of those people, even when, for me anyways, when he's not really being that funny, I still find funny because he's Owen Wilson.
Yeah, exactly. I like Owen Wilson too. I am not a hater on Owen Wilson. I like Owen Wilson a lot. So, he's one of those people where you watch and you're like, okay, I like this guy, so cool.
Yeah. Well, it's more of them, and I like Loki, so we'll see where it goes. I can't really even tell where it's going to go from just off the first episode, so we'll see where it goes. But I enjoyed the first episode. What have you watched?
The only thing that I can remember off the top of my head, for some reason, is because I watched it the most recently, which I rewatched Little Miss Sunshine because someone wanted to watch it, so I watched it. It was good. It's a good movie. Toni Collette, Greg Kinnear, Paul Dano when he was young, Abigail Breslin, Alan Arkin.
I've never seen it, so.
You never seen it? Oh, it's a good movie, Andrew.
There was another one like that I watched recently.
Steve Carell. That's the sixth person. Sorry, go ahead.
What's the Robin Williams where he dresses up like a nanny or something?
Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yeah, that was another old one that people say is like so good. But I had watched it finally. I was like, it was fine. I don't know. This probably isn't really the same kind of genre of movie or anything. But
I mean,
it's like an old classic sort of thing.
Well, this is from 2006, and that's from like 95. But yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one was nominated for Best Picture. I don't think Mrs. Doubtfire was nominated for any awards as you know, as far as I can tell. I think it was it was a good movie. Yeah, so you have those people in it that I said. It was I was watching it's about Abigail Breslin. It wants to do like little beauty, like the child beauty pageants or whatever, and she's like not, she has like this little fake fat belly there or whatever. And then like the girl who won their regional pageant drops out, so then they have to all travel, they road trip to California so she can be in the pageant. And it's just like a road trip movie, and all of the family, it's a dysfunctional family and they all have their little quirks or whatever, but it's a good movie. Everyone does a good job. There was 2 cameos. There was Bryan Cranston was in it. He plays like a guy who's trying to sell this book that the dad writes, and then they get pulled over, and the cop that pulls him over is played by the guy who was Hank, the brother-in-law on Breaking Bad.
Oh.
So it was pretty funny that they're both in the movie and they never speak or anything, but they just happen to be in the same movie. Like, and that movie came out like a couple years before Breaking Bad, so I just thought that was kind of funny.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, good movie. It's one of those ones where it's like secretly sad, like movie. Like everyone's kind of has their own like little problems or whatever, but you know, they're all family, you know, that old thing.
Yeah.
That's a good movie though.
Sounds like a cheaper by the dozen, but a road trip sort of movie.
Yeah. Yeah. If those were Oscar worthy, then yes, that's what it is.
Okay. Oh, you dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
I guess what you're saying, a higher standard, cheaper by the dozen.
Yeah. But yeah, good character actors and everything. Alan Arkin won an Oscar for that movie. He actually just passed away recently, but it's a good movie, so I check it out. All right. So it is our 1 year, so I went back. I tried to find mine and yours worst reviewed movie, because I just thought that'd be interesting. And our highest reviewed movie is Mission Impossible, but and we're in sync on that. We also liked Everything Everywhere All at Once, but we didn't like have a review
for it.
But that would have been probably like the highest.
Yeah,
we were pretty high on that movie. Anyway, so our worst reviewed movies. Mine was Expendables. And you've pretty much like never given lower than a 5. And there's several movies that you've given a 5 to, even though you go, this movie was the worst movie I've ever seen.
I gave Expendables a 5.
I don't. Maybe you gave it lower.
I'm sure I gave Expendables at least a 4.
Okay, well then that's the lowest one. But most of the early stuff I listened back to, and you were like, even if you were like Scream, you're like, this movie sucks balls, and then you were like 5. So
it sucks for me, but
yeah,
I think for audience that like that they're not going to say can't get it lower than that. It's still watchable and whatnot. I just don't think it was a good movie for me.
All right. Well, my close second was what's it called? Cocaine Bear so far. But yeah, we're pretty much in sync when we think it's bad and when we think it's good.
Yeah.
Like
that's another one that's like
defined.
It has a niche for the people like that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think anyone's gonna be like, that's in my top 10 at the end of the year. Maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I don't think so either. I don't know.
Anyway,
I'm sure there's got to be someone out there for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I just thought that was kind of interesting. There was lots of stuff you gave 5s to, like She-Hulk and Disenchanted, Strange World. These are, I know, not very memorable. Scream, like I said, Plane.
Yeah, Disenchanted is probably below average. I could easily give that a 4. What was the other one?
Strange World.
Oh yeah, I'm trouble. That's the animated.
That was the Disney movie from last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep that at 5. I don't think it was below average.
You had it at a 4, and then you were like, I like Jake Gyllenhaal, and I think he did a good job, so you moved it up to a 5.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I just thought that was interesting, but it's funny that we were kind of like, I thought, we would have 1 or 2 that were like, but no, we're pretty much in sync if we think it's really good or really bad. So yeah. All right. Time for everyone's favorite segment. Do you care? Or sorry, Andrew, do you care? So we got lots and lots of news because we took a little break. So all right. So, and Andrew just has to tell me, does he care or does he not? And then we'll move on if he doesn't. If he does, we'll talk about it. All right. There's one that is not in this segment because we're going to talk about it because I know me and you will talk about it. So, so Daredevil doing its retool. They basically fired everybody and they have found their new showrunners. Do you care?
Isn't this like the second time or something that this has happened? Or
no, they just remember we talked about it a couple weeks ago where they just cleared everybody basically off of it.
So they're completely basically redoing it.
It's like a soft reboot. Like they're, they still have the people like, Charlie Cox is coming back and stuff in the same amount of episodes.
Same people, but they're rewriting what they had done.
Roughly the same, the time frame that it's supposed to come out, but they got new people like showrunner, like new directors, the heads of the ship or whatever. So basically Marvel was going without like how a traditional show would be produced. You have the show, you write it, you shoot a pilot, you shop it. Marvel goes, well, we have high names. We don't do a pilot. We don't actually show it to the people. They just make the show and then they go, this show sucks, do reshoots or show it. So
seems like a bad philosophy, but I got
exactly. So Daredevil, they went, this show sucks. Can it, clear it, start afresh, and we'll start doing it the traditional way.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's how bad that was, how boring or uninteresting they thought Daredevil was. They were doing it as like a procedural lawyer show. And apparently Foggy gets killed in the first episode. That's why he's not in the show.
Yikes.
And Daredevil doesn't like suit up until the 4th episode. That's why that's one of some of the rumors that were around leaks or whatever.
I guess I cared about that next.
Yep. All right. Matthew Vaughn talked about a bunch of stuff. He thinks Star Wars should do this and blah, 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 because he's, I don't know, apparently people are talking about him. Kick-Ass soft reboot. Do you care?
Don't do it. Just fine how it is. Let it die. Don't need another one.
The first images for Avatar: The Last Airbender.
They're out.
Yeah, just the Fire Nation. So
just the Fire Nation.
Zuko, Iroh, some of those fine folks. I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, I got to see the pictures though.
Yeah.
It's the live action thing.
Yep.
Let's see this. I thought they showed some stuff already that we talked about. There's even more now.
Yeah, this is the whole our Fire Nation friends here. We got Fire Lord Ozai. You had Zuko, Iroh. I don't remember Commander Zhao, but it's that guy from Rush Hour.
Do you have it up?
Do I have it up?
Yeah, can you send it to me, Robo? No.
Whoop. Here we go.
I'm not finding it.
Are you looking at the screen? I'm sharing it for you. You see?
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
All right. So we'll go from the top. You got Daniel Day Kim as Ozai, Fire Lord Ozai there. So that would be your bad guy, right? Your main bad.
He looks pretty good.
Yeah. Daniel Day Kim's a good actor. You got this guy, new guy, Dallas Liu as Zuko. There's your Zuko. You got a guy from Kim's Convenience is Iroh.
Oh, nice. That's a good choice.
Yep. He's a likable guy. So there's your Iroh there. You get
I think he could pull it off, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Of course. I don't remember this character.
Commander Zhao is in the first season, and he has an Agni Kai with Zuko in some of the first episodes.
Oh, yes. Right. Yes.
He also wants to kill the moon spirit at the end.
And this is the guy from Rush Hour, in the second one, where he's like, wipe yourself off, you're bleeding.
Oh.
That guy.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a deck, all right.
Yep. Ken Leung. And there's Azula. She looks very baby-faced.
Really young.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
She looks way too nice.
Yeah. And then these are the original pictures. You got there's Aang there.
Yeah. Yeah, so these are the ones we looked at, right?
And Katara.
Yeah.
Sokka.
Yeah.
And then the first picture of Zuko there. So yes, that is coming out probably next year sometime.
Well, can't wait for this to be butchered yet again.
I think they'll do it a little different this time.
As long as his name's not Ong, I'm cool.
Ong.
It's already a point better.
Sokka or whatever his name was.
Oh boy.
Yeah, sometime production started in 2021 and will arrive sometime in 2024. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm super worried about that.
I understand.
I would assume it's tied to Nickelodeon and stuff, right?
So what happened was they got the original guys to come in. This was the Netflix thing. They got the original guys to come in and do it, blah, blah, blah. And then
they had a falling out. Right?
And they left. And then Netflix had bought the rights to make it. And they just went, well, we're going to continue without you.
I'm super worried about this one.
So we'll see. You also have the original people. Nickelodeon did a whole thing, and they have Avatar Studios, and they're doing new Avatar continuation from the show.
Yeah,
when they're older. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
So you got lots of Avatar content coming up. That's probably one of the best animated shows ever. So I think.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense for them to want to franchise this thing very badly. It's honestly kind of surprising it's taken this long.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really think it's ever going to hold up to animated version. I think they're going to try to make it work. I don't think it's going to work. No. We'll see it crash.
Who knows? I don't know. Whatever.
I heard that One Piece thing on Netflix that's live action. People didn't hate it. That's like the first one they've done that people haven't hated.
I think people liked it. And I thought it looked stupid. So, whatever.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the first one that they've done that people didn't hate, because they've done like Full Metal Alchemist live action. That was horrible. They've done what was the one in space, Cowboy Bebop?
I think Cowboy Bebop looked just as good as One Piece. I just think people like One Piece, like there's a bigger range of people that like One Piece. So, and then the anime niche nerds were like, this is not my Cowboy Bebop. Like, I think that's why Cowboy Bebop didn't do well. That's just
another reason why you shouldn't try to make it live action. You're never going to please these types of people. So I don't think they'll ever be able to nail Avatar, but I'll be the first one to say I'm wrong if it's good.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. All right. So you care. We got, Andrew, do you care about Mission Impossible moving back a full year and is no longer going to be called Part 2?
What? Why?
Because of the strike and stuff.
So because of the strike, they can't call it Part 2?
Oh, that's what you're asking about. I thought you were asking about the move of a year.
Because it is Part 2, right? Or
I think that they probably are thinking, well, people don't like the Part 1, Part 2 thing, and then they're going to be like, oh, should I see it because I didn't see Part 1 or whatever?
Oh, okay. So they want to make it. It's not its own thing, but they want to advertise like it is, so you don't feel left out.
Yeah, I think their worries are a little unfounded. I think they went, oh well, we didn't make that much. We didn't make as much as we wanted to on the movie, so we're worried. And it's because Barbenheimer came out the weekend after. That's why.
Yeah, so they're a little timid, and they're just trying to give it the best oomph they can. I don't know why Wait, but I guess you're saying they're waiting because of the strike. They need more time.
Yeah, they need more time. They were supposed to come out like summer of next year, and there's no way that movie's ready. Yeah. They had to shut down production a couple times. They were almost shooting them almost back to back with the first one. So
basically everything got delayed. So it's not.
Yeah. And then they can't, and then the strike, they can't do reshoots or anything because of the strike and stuff. So yeah, they're definitely doing some regrouping there at Paramount, I'm sure. Okay. So you care a little bit. A Hunger Games prequel. They have, they've reached an agreement with SAG so they can promote the movie. Do you care?
No.
Yeah.
Next.
I think the one little thing I'm going to say about that is Rachel Zegler is a lightning rod right now. Why would you want her to be out there promoting it? Just saying.
I don't know what that is.
She's the one that's doing the Snow White thing or whatever, and people are talking about Snow White.
Oh, yeah. She's the lead or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this might be doomed to fail.
Yeah. The thing is like it's like such a nothing burger, but people just latch onto it, just like they did with the Brie Larson thing. I just think that's funny.
It was. What did she say? She was like, "We don't need to see a prince saving a princess or something."
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Who cares?
Oh, funny. All right, next.
I just think that's funny. All right. 4-5 in the works, and Taika not returning most likely. Do you care?
I think it's a good thing that Taika doesn't return because that last one wasn't that good.
Okay.
I mean, I'll watch another Thor. I know the last one wasn't good.
Never.
I like the character of Thor, though. I think
Me too. I'm fine with Thor.
He's earned enough crappy movies that they want to spit out, so it's fine.
I don't know. I think 5 is. I think we're good for me.
I mean, would you say that about Iron Man?
Well, he's only had 3, so no.
Yeah, I know, but if they were like Iron Man 4 coming next year,
I'd watch it.
See it, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I feel
you're a bigger fan of Iron Man.
Way
some
bigger
people
fan of
are
Iron
bigger fans of Thor. Is what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
say he earned however many. If they want to drive it into the ground, I think he's earned that. But hopefully, he has more creative things he can do with it. Hopefully, I don't know if that helps or hurts, but we'll see what they do with it. I like Thor, so I'll watch.
Yeah. All right. So you care a little bit. Captain America got pushed back a year as well. The next Captain America, which they changed the name to Brave New World from New World Order.
Oh, you mean Captain Falcon? Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, Captain America.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, so don't care?
No, not really.
All right.
Pretty much everything Marvel's delayed, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Deadpool.
Or they can't figure it out.
Deadpool 3 pulled from slate completely. Because
so
of the strike. And,
they're probably going to do rewrites and stuff.
Yeah, well, rewrites for sure. And they, he does improvising and stuff. So yeah, it's pulled from slate from right now. I think they're going to completely reorganize.
I think that's the best play. They could
cancel things, reorganize, and they were talking about cameos, whatever. There might be an X-Men cameo in the Marvels. They're trying to throw that in last minute.
What do you mean? She's a mutant. There's already a cameo.
That's right. She is a mutant. That's true.
Yeah.
Got to throw that sting in there.
Yeah.
Good show. All right. Yeah. So you care a little bit. Yeah. The complete restructuring. Spider-Man 4 filming late next year, 2024. So we'd be looking at a 2025, 2026. Tom Holland. Yep. Tom Holland.
And this is a Sony thing, or is the Sony Marvel thing?
This would be the
Sony kickoff.
No, it would be the joint agreement MCU.
Oh, so it's continuing. I thought at some point that Sony was going to do it themselves or something, and I thought No Way Home was like the last hurrah or something.
No, they can basically start fresh after No Way Home because he's just, nobody knows who he is and stuff. So they can just do whatever they want with him. He's going to school, and stuff. He can just be Spider-Man.
Yeah, we'll see how Tom Holland can hold his own without all the Avengers propping him up. So.
I wholeheartedly agree with that because
I mean, he had Iron Man, and then he had the whole villain cast of old Spider-Mans and new Spider-Mans to help his movies.
The second one,
it was mostly himself, but Doctor Strange was in it.
Doctor Strange. He's not in the second one. Far From Home, he's not in the second one. Is he?
He ties him up because he knows math.
That's in the third one.
That's the third one?
Yeah, the second one.
He also knocks him out of his body, and he's like trying to grab it.
All the third one.
Oh, okay.
The second one
was a good movie.
Yeah, we all agree on that. The second one,
all he has the glasses.
Yeah, it's all about Iron Man still.
Yeah,
you fired me, and I'm mad at you, Iron Man. So I'm going to go after Spider-Man. And
yeah,
but Iron Man's already dead, so it's like Yep, Nick Fury's in it, and yeah,
Oh yeah. Okay, that's like the one that I actually like the least. So, yeah.
I actually like that one because they weren't in school and stuff. I thought that was a little more interesting for me.
Yeah, okay.
I get tired of him in school.
Well, unfortunately, that's the character.
Well, not anymore. So, all right.
Maybe he's going to college now.
No, he's going to get his GED and just move on. It looks like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. That's what superheroes do.
Well, he doesn't even exist. So how can he get into a college? They're going to be like, you don't exist.
I thought people just didn't remember him or something.
No, it's like he didn't exist.
We'll see what they do with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was all conversations that were had after that movie came out. It's like, how does he afford an apartment? Like I don't know how any of this works. Anyway, so that's happening. Deadpool's pulled from Slate. All right. Well, that was, does Andrew care? And the answer is yes, he does.
Most of them, yeah.
All right. So this is the one thing that I know that me and you are gonna actually talk about. Fallout TV show has got a release date. An actual date, not.
I heard about these.
Not like sometime in the fall. April 12th, 2024.
Yeah, I've heard trailers. I heard weeks ago the trailers were right around the corner. So
yeah,
we might end this podcast and the trailer might be up or something.
Who knows? I'm gonna guess we'll probably get one later, probably November-ish, December-ish, because it comes out in April. I can see them
doing it at some convention or something. You know, like a Gamescom or something game related, because it's a game, right?
Yeah, when I think the Game Awards are in like the summer, aren't they? So that's a little.
Yeah, it won't be Game Awards would be way too late. They have lots of game convention things. I'm sure there's something. Even maybe like a
Microsoft. December 7th, Game Awards.
Okay, so they are in the summer.
I thought for some reason they were in the summer, but I was not correct.
Yeah, I that's probably where we'll see it. I think that might be a little late, though. I still think it's right around the corner, but maybe we'll see like a teaser between them, and then like a full-on trailer at whatchamacallit, Game Awards.
I don't know. I am super down. So, yeah, Fallout in April. It's like Fallout Day or something. I can't. It was like there was like a specific reason I was on that day.
It's the day the bombs drop in the Fallout universe is Fallout Day.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Fallout Day. Nuclear Fallout. That makes sense.
Yes, that's why it's called Fallout Day. Yeah.
Love it. Good games. Probably never going to get another one in this decade. All right.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. I mean, they leaked the remasters.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see.
Fallout 3 remaster. That's actually good.
We'll see. All right. So I thought I had a little fun game planned for you, Andrew, because we talked about. So this weekend, we are not talking about Five Nights at Freddy's, which is based off a video game. Five Nights at Freddy's killing it. Destroying their predictions, making a lot of money, and no one expected it. It was also made for $20 million. So good for them. I'm sure that Hollywood will learn the wrong lessons and just make more indie horror video games into movies, and not just make movies with the people that made the game and help them create the movie. But, whatever. So, in front of me have the top 10, well, I have all of them, but most of them, but top 10 of the highest grossing video game movies adaptations. And I want to see can you guess what the number one is? That should be easy.
Wasn't it Sonic?
No.
Is that like number 2?
No.
I mean, so you're saying Mario?
Mario. Yes. Mario is number one. By far the most.
Yeah.
Like 3 times as much as the nearest one.
Yeah. I figured Sonic had the number 1 at one point.
Nope.
Never?
Never.
What the heck is number 2?
Well,
is it something recent?
It is from 2016. One of the biggest games on the PC of all time.
Oh, you say World of Warcraft?
Warcraft. That did big numbers overseas. It made It made 438 million worldwide. 47 million of it was domestic.
Okay.
It made almost its entirety overseas.
I didn't realize. I thought Sonic did better than that for some reason. So Sonic's third?
Nope.
What? Apparently I've been misinformed.
Sonic did well because it came out in 2020. People were like, wow, Sonic did good. But it's just because it came out in 2020 and everything did terrible.
So it didn't. Okay.
It is 11th.
Oh, really?
Yes. Okay. So, all right.
Gotta do some readjusting here in my mind.
Yeah. Can you guess number 3?
Can you give me like some dates or like
This is from, well, it is a huge franchise, enormous franchise that you have talked about, like everybody in the whole world knows about this.
Oh,
Pokemon Detective Pikachu, number 3, from 2019.
I'm so surprised we have not gotten another Pokemon live action thing.
I feel like it was made for a lot of money and it only made 428 million. That's probably why. It was probably made for like 150 and then probably we're like, well, it made some money, but it's not like, And I feel like it was kind of it ended and there was like a kind of a definitive resolution,
Yeah. No, I'm not saying do like Ryan Reynolds Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
Just do what you did for Mario with Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm sure the hype would be there.
Yeah, probably. All right. Number 4 is from 2018. It's from 2018, the year prior.
Like Lara Croft or something?
No. Here, my hint is you got a large man and an even larger beast.
I got nothing.
Rampage.
That's number 4.
Rampage. The Rock. That's all you need.
That's so dumb. I can't believe that's number 4.
That's how it works. In 2018, you just needed The Rock to make some money, and it's not quite that anymore. He's not doing that anymore. He had like a bunch of movies that year that were straight trash, and they made money.
Wow.
Yeah. And number 5 is a sequel.
What's the date or year?
It'll give it away if I tell you.
Oh.
You'll be like, that's it.
Was it Sonic 2?
Yes.
Okay.
If I said last year, Sonic 2. Yeah. So Sonic 2 is in the top 5, but it really didn't. It only made about 100 million more than the one came out of 2020. So, but they also kind of did like streaming pretty quick on that and stuff like that. The number 6 is from the same year. If you can remember this one.
So wasn't Sonic 2 like last year?
Yeah. As I'm saying, same year, last year.
That was a video game movie, like in theaters?
In theaters. I would say both of the leads are two overrated stars for me. One is incredibly overrated, who's been in charge of big franchises before for some reason, and one is a superhero, plays a famous superhero
from Marvel.
Yep.
You're gonna tell me, and it's gonna be like, oh, duh, I should have known that.
I know this movie came and went and made $400 million, and we pretend like it doesn't exist. At least I hope so.
I mean, it's not Mortal Kombat.
Nope. Where is
I don't know. What is it?
It is Uncharted.
Yeah. Let's forget that ever happened.
Yeah, exactly. Uncharted. And then in number 7, it was from 2016. Another 2016 movie. This is a phone game. That should give it to you.
Oh, Angry Birds.
Angry Birds. Number 8 is from 2010. So this did pretty well for the time, but it's probably made for a butt ton of money, so they never made another one.
2010.
Yeah, it's one of those game series that was popular at the time, and nobody talks about it now. It's from our time for sure. The video games like PlayStation 2, 3 era.
Final Fantasy?
No, Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
I even saw that movie.
Yep, we saw it. It was pretty bad. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal. I just remember his co-star was like really hot. That's what I remember.
Who is his co-star?
I don't even think she's like a famous like person or anything.
I want to know who she is now. Oh well. Oh well.
So what? We're on the last one.
No, number 9 is the last one in a series of movies based off a video game.
Lara Croft?
No.
There's been so many Lara Crofts and they didn't even make the top 10. That's kind of sad.
There's been 3 Lara Crofts?
Yeah, there's been 3. So you had 3 chances to make it in the top 10.
Not in the top 10. They're just outside the top 10.
Okay.
I think people, they made so many of these movies, Andrew, that you forget that it's based off a video game.
A video game. What is it?
Resident Evil, the final chapter.
Oh, yeah.
And
none of those are good.
And then number 10, 2012. I guess you could say this is based off a video game. I guess it's a game as well. Like a normal game, like a tabletop game.
Oh, a tabletop game.
Well, I shouldn't say table, like a board game.
What, was there some movie called Life or something?
No, it was a trash movie, and it had Rihanna in it.
Okay, yeah. What is it?
It's Battleship.
Oh, yeah. I never saw that.
Battleship. I didn't see it either, but it's number 10. It did better than Battleship, did better than Sonic, the first one, all the Tomb Raiders, Assassin's Creed, most of the Resident Evils, Dungeons and Dragons, Need for Speed, Mortal Kombat.
Wait, so you're telling me all these movies did better than the Dungeons and Dragons movie that came out recently?
Dungeons and Dragons is 17.
Wow.
It was just, the thing is that I don't know what, there was so many movies that came out in March and they all cannibalized each other. If they had moved, one of those people went, okay, let's move it back to, if they moved it to like these October or like before Taylor Swift came out.
Even August wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Packed.
Like Dungeons and Dragons should have made more money. That's I think
sad.
I think that is my favorite movie out of any of these movies.
Well, the best, well, I might eat my words on this, but the best one is the Steven Spielberg one where they're like in virtual world. Ready Player One.
That is a video game movie, but it's not like...
It's not based off of a video game, but I would say there's so much video game stuff in it that it's not, but that's probably my favorite one.
I do like that movie. That's a pretty good movie. Interesting. Yeah, the book. I have a list for books here too, and there's about 1 billion of them. So,
yeah,
most of the big franchises and stuff are based off books. So, anyway, cool. All right,
Lord of the Rings.
It's actually Jurassic World is technically because Jurassic Park was a book.
Okay,
so yeah.
I don't think anyone wrote Jurassic World as a book. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's based off of Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I thought that was a fun little thing here that we could talk about, because we're not going to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's is probably already doing pretty decently on that list. It made like 130 million already. So yeah.
You think it's going to crash the top 10?
No.
Okay.
I think everyone's going to see it for Halloween and then move on. And it's also, you can watch it at Peacock, but nobody expected it to make $80 million. That's double the predictions. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was really hyped for like I remember Rajan really liking that game.
Yeah.
So
for some reason, the younger boys like that game. I watched some. I remember. I think we even played that game. That game is so basic. It's just clicking buttons.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm scared. Yeah,
but they just hit the target audience like right on the money, and they got money for it.
Yeah. I'm no problem. It's so funny. Universal, you got Five Nights at Freddy's and Mario earlier this year, both from Universal's doing something right. Jason Blum's he's going to be a shark on Shark Tank.
Oh
yeah. So local there.
If Kevin Hart's not there, I'm probably not watching. So.
Kevin Hart, on Shark Tank?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, so that is coming out this October. But what came out in October's past? We have our untitled segment here. In 1993, October 1993, we got Cool Runnings.
Never seen it.
You never seen Cool Runnings? Oh, man. You got to get on that, man. That's a good movie. Jamaican bobsled team? Come on. What's not to like?
You just said it.
That movie's fun, Andrew. You would probably like it. You'd think it's funny, at least.
Okay.
And it's a true story. It's an interesting story. So, I don't know. That's a good movie. Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone. Wesley Snipes,
know what that is.
Sandra Bullock. It's like a sci-fi action movie where they're like future. He's like a cop and Wesley Snipes is the bad guy. It's an interesting movie, and yeah, young Sandra Bullock. Weird movie.
All right. Next.
Garbage. Rudy, good movie. Good football movie.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, Rudy, good inspirational true story. That's a good movie. Yeah. Garbage. And it also returned to recently to theaters for its 30th anniversary, which is Nightmare Before Christmas. It's you can watch it in the theaters right now. They're doing a 30th anniversary re-release for it because Disney needs some money.
Yeah.
People think that was directed by Tim Burton. Not Tim Burton movie. He was produced it and did not direct it.
Oh.
Yep.
Fun fact.
Stop motion movie. Pretty decent movie. All right.
That's a classic. I'd say that's if there was a Halloween movie I had to watch, I would watch that one.
Yeah, that is definitely a like goth emo staple cult movie there. All right.
Yeah.
We got 2003. So 20th anniversary of this movie, School of Rock. Great movie. Yeah. Probably one of my favorite movies, I think. School of Rock. That's one of those movies you put on and it's like, I could watch that anytime. A Kill Bill, Volume 1. Scary Movie 3. Yeah, not a lot in 2003.
Yeah, October is not the best for movies.
October's not the best. There's lots of horror movies, of course. But yeah. Man, 2003 was rough. They don't even have that many like horror movies here. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot. Yeah, not a lot of scare like Scary Movie 3. That's not even really a scary movie. Like it's called Scary Movie, but yeah. Anyway, 2013. Yeah. Gravity with Sandra Bullock and George Clooney.
Oh, no noise because I'm in space.
Yeah, they're in space. Alfonso Cuarón movie.
Never saw it.
Best Picture nominee, never saw it. Another Best Picture nominee, Captain Phillips with Tom Hanks. I'm the Captain Now. That's what that's from.
Never seen it.
True story, never saw it. 12 Years a Slave. Won Best Picture that year. Never saw it.
Never saw it.
Yep. Carrie, the reboot of Carrie. Remake of Carrie that no one saw. And but they had a pretty good campaign. They had like people like pretending they had the Carrie powers in like restaurants and stuff and making all the tables fly around and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that, but yeah, I never saw the movie.
Yeah. And Bad Grandpa, the Jackass movie.
Oh. I've never seen it. I know what you're talking about though.
I have not seen any of those movies.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's a niche thing.
Yeah. October, not the best. There hasn't been a lot of high grossing movies from October like ever. So there's a few exceptions like Venom and Joker, but yeah, not usually the best month for the cinema. All right. So we got all that done. Let's hop aboard the train here. Lots of trailers to talk about.
Oh yeah, we haven't even talked about trailers yet.
Haven't talked about trailers. Supersized episode, Andrew, for our 1-year anniversary here. So what would you like to talk about first? We got lots of stuff here.
Honestly, almost everything was mid for me, so I have no starting point.
All right, let's talk about The Boys in the Boat, the most nothing movie I think I've ever seen a trailer for. It's just like it's exactly what it is. The boys in boys in a boat, rowing team.
They were like, "What's the Great Depression?" But we can pay our rowers for some reason.
I don't know.
I was very confused on that point. So is it after the Great Depression, or is
I'm gonna guess so. I don't know. It's a true story about the rowing team, the American row team. I guess in the Olympics, I would assume.
Yeah. I mean,
George
this looks
Clooney
like
directing it.
Seabiscuit on like a higher level of boredom for me.
Yeah, I, I don't know. No,
Sorry.
I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know you've never seen Seabiscuit, maybe,
no.
but it's just like you're taking rowing, such a very niche sport, and then make a movie out of it and then try to make it interesting.
Yeah, set in the
That's a tall order.
1930s and going to the Berlin Olympics. That's why in 1936. So this before World War II and after World War One. Yeah, I don't know. You know what's going to happen. They're obviously going to win because they're not going to do a true story about them losing. That would be pretty stupid. So I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be inspiring. I don't know. Movie is in the trailer. You've seen the movie, you know. So
yeah.
All right. Let's talk about. Let's see. Let me put all the movies first that I think you're gonna.
Wait, hold on. So they have to. They're gonna fail, at one point, right? Because they have to fail one time, right?
Of course.
And when they fail, they should be sinking, and they gotta go part of the ship, part of the crew.
What?
That's a Pirates of the Caribbean reference. Okay, in the third Pirates of the Caribbean, they start chanting part of the ship, part of the crew, because Orlando Bloom had to take his heart out. He becomes the new Davy Jones. And it's okay. It's fine. You missed the joke. It's all right.
I'm sure it was a great joke and everyone loved it. All right. Andrew likes boat movies. All right. Maestro. I know you don't care about what'd you think about that trailer for Maestro there? Because last time I told you to watch a trailer for it, you missed it and forgot about it. So
yeah.
So this is the full trailer. So this is actually better than the teaser. You're actually getting to know what's going on in the movie. So
just looks like that one actor gets to act.
And he directs it as well.
Drawers off there. I mean, it's an Oscar bait movie through and through.
Yep. It's about.
I'm sure cinema people will eat this up like ice cream.
It'll either be, the critics will either go, he's doing it to do that, or love it. Yeah. It's a biopic about the guy who he wrote the music for West Side Story. That's probably his most famous thing, but he's also a composer. He did music for movies and stuff like that too. But Carey Mulligan and Bradley Cooper doing their acting thing. I'll probably watch it because it's about music, so I like that. But it looks like one of those movies.
Not something I would want to watch for sure.
Yeah, another one. It's one of those ones where they're gonna put it on in theaters for a couple weeks or like a weekend or whatever, and then have it on Netflix. And that's coming out December. Boys and Boats coming out December. Also Ferrari coming out December. What'd you think about that trailer?
Another snooze fest. Also, that car crash looks so bad.
Yeah, that one specific one. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where he basically goes to space and hits a tree or something.
Yeah.
Was super fakey looking for some reason.
I think some of the other scenes, the driving scenes, look pretty good, and those are real cars.
Yeah, yes, I agree with you. It was just, why did they choose to show that? They showed it right at the end, so that's what I remember.
Yeah. That is. There is proof in that, Andrew, that it's what you leave with, right? A movie is some movies people love because they really love that ending, and then that's what they leave with, so that's what they remember.
I mean, I know you like Adam Driver. He does nothing for me.
You still have yet to watch a movie that he shines in. So,
and what? It's like Penelope Cruz or something, right?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like she's been in so many movies like this.
Oh yeah. She is literally, that's what she does. She's an Oscar. She does that. I feel like she just goes, what are the ones I can get nominated for an Oscar? She's been nominated many times for an Oscar.
Yeah. She looks like she's going to give the same performance. She's like the wife that is unhappy with something or other that the main character is doing. And sometimes they don't even get it together or anything. And you're just unhappy for the rest of your life.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So, she just pull it in the same routine that I've seen before.
Yeah. And I'm sure she's even played that kind of character before as well.
She, I don't know if you've seen the movies called Blow with Johnny Depp.
No.
And she plays his wife. And I really do enjoy that movie, but it's like carbon copy, like same character from that movie.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, if they made this back in the day, he probably would have played the character that he's playing. That Adam Driver's playing. Johnny Depp probably would have played that character.
Yeah.
It's Michael Mann. He directed Last of Mohicans, Heat, Ali, Collateral, Miami Vice, Public Enemies with Johnny Depp, Black Hat with so he hasn't he was like bigger in like the 90s, early 2000s. He hasn't made like he's been kind of
dormant.
Yeah, like people like him. He has a very distinct style, that kind of gritty, insidious crime type movie. And this one is kind of different for him. But it is based off of something. So
yeah.
Anywho, all right. So I thought the trailer, I feel like I have seen this before, but I think it looks okay. And for some reason, I've come around on driving movies, I guess, like Gran Turismo and
if you say so.
I don't know. I think it's good enough, but the thing is it's like the stuff outside of the racing needs to be interesting. And most of those movies haven't existed. So
you're going to hate this, but the best racing movie I've ever seen is Speed Racer.
I would say you should watch it now and tell me if you feel the same.
Oh, I'm sure it's not that great.
Speed Race.
My point is, there's nothing against it to compete that I would even find remotely interesting.
Yeah, I thought Ford versus Ferrari was an okay movie. I didn't like the ending.
That looks so boring to me.
Yeah, it's just that they're good. Christian Bale and Matt Damon are good. And it's kind of interesting enough. It's the begin, like the Ford, like moving into like the driving car, like the fast cars and stuff. It's not just like looks,
I'd rather see a car literally take a boxing glove and punch another car.
Is that
Speed Racer?
Speed Racer. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Twisted Metal or something. Yeah. All right. Cool. So there's Ferrari. How about Lisa Frankenstein? I thought we should talk about one horror-ish movie. Did you look at that?
Yeah. Wasn't it coming out on like Valentine's or something?
Yep.
Yeah, this reminded me of there was a Valentine's Day a while back, years back probably now. It's called Warm Bodies.
Good movie.
Similar to that, but this
that was a good movie.
Little more on the darker side than that one.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is just weird and creepy and indie.
This is very indie.
Cody from Zack and Cody being a Frankenstein.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably never watch this one unless we're reviewing it, but it'll have to be a very dead Valentine's Day.
Nah, there'll be something else, I'm sure, that will come out.
Yeah.
But yep, so there's that. Leave the World Behind. This was a completely different kind of trailer from what I remember. They gave a little bit more backstory. Mahershala Ali and Ethan Hunt.
Oh, yeah, this is the one where like something's happening.
Yeah.
We don't know what's happening, sort of thing.
And to me now it is clear it's just like internet bad, identity theft, electronics, we're computers, blah, blah, blah.
For some reason that crashes a boat and breaks windows or something.
Yeah, well, they show all the Teslas are broken down there because they're electronic, self-driving cars, blah, blah, blah. It's very, it actually, they shouldn't have shouldn't have done that, because now I think I pretty clear to me what it's about, what the message is, and I don't care.
Yeah. It's like a new age of they used to have all these end the world movies.
But now it's all technology based.
Yeah, it's all technology instead of like earthquakes and stuff.
Right, exactly. I don't know. Looks weird. It's too bad I like a lot of the actors in it, because Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali and stuff. And
yeah,
based on
I
a book,
give it a watch if it comes out on Netflix or something, but I'm not going to the theaters for
It's another one of those where they're going to put it in theaters for a little bit and then put it on the old.
Well, then maybe I'll give it a watch.
Netflix. All right.
It's definitely, if it doesn't grab me in like 30 minutes, I'm out.
Oh, yeah. 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 And that's one of those movies, it should grip you in that amount of time.
Yeah.
All right. Good Burger 2.
Right. Hard pass, looks terrible.
I think it looks funny.
Really did not need this.
I laughed a couple times.
It's so cringe to watch it. It saddens me.
I'm excited. I'm gonna watch it. I like it. I thought it was goofy as hell.
Okay.
I think I just like that. It makes me happy. I don't know. Nostalgia is a thing, and this is, for some reason, this one, like, I feel like I have, like, there was that Zoe 102 came and went, and I never watched it, and they did the iCarly reboot that's now canceled. They canceled it. And I think I watched like 5 minutes of one episode of that. So they're literally making stuff for me, and I haven't watched it, but this one I probably will check out.
Not Keenan, but Kel, he looks like really old.
Keenan looks literally the same age for the last 30 years, and Kel does look older. Yeah, because he's older.
I guess maybe it's just because he's standing next to Keenan, I guess, and it makes him look worse or something.
Yeah, I think it's just because Keenan looks exactly the same always.
Yeah.
Keenan will have to literally be 70 years old to actually look like different.
Like age,
yeah. Well, I don't know. It makes me happy. I'll probably check it out for some reason. But and it's weird because that was early for me. Like, I was pretty young when that, all that and Keenan and Kel, but for some reason I have more fondness for it. Maybe, I don't know. I wish Amanda Bynes was in a good spot, because, dude, like, if she did like some Amanda show, whatever, all that, like, they could actually bring back everyone for all that, not just
that's never happening.
Yeah, that's too bad. That really blows. But yeah, I don't know. I'll watch it. That's probably be a short movie.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cringe. Looks like for kids. I ain't gonna watch that.
Whatever. You don't watch anything that's cringe and for kids ever.
Yeah, but it's different when it's something from my childhood I actually like.
Okay. I guess you
Then
didn't
I just
like
feel
those.
like you're ruining it.
Yeah, that's okay. I got it. All right. The only one that I'm actually, other than Good Burger 2, that I'm genuinely curious about and interested in is Napoleon.
Yeah.
I thought this trailer was more interesting to me than just.
Really? I thought it was worse than the first one.
I don't know. Maybe because there's more action in it, and they're giving a little bit more taste of what it's going to be. It's going to be long, I'm sure. Probably close to 3
at
hours.
Least 2.5.
Yeah, at least. So yeah, so that's one of. But I think.
I mean, I'm excited for like him being strategic and having these grand battles and actually showing it with like these wide shots and stuff. That's what I'm excited for. The whole his wife or whoever that is, spreading her legs or whatever, that doesn't interest me at all.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but it's okay.
It was in the trailer.
I know.
I just watched it. She was like, once you look down.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Vanessa Kirby. Vanessa Kirby. Yes.
I cannot forget or something like that.
Well, I couldn't even I was like, who is that? And then I was like, oh, it's Vanessa Kirby. That's right. That's right. She's all over the place. She's
Wasn't she in something?
She was in Mission Impossible. She was in the one prior to that too. Yeah. She was, yeah. She was also in, what's it called? She was, supposed to be Jason Statham's sister in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, and that was real stupid. But
yeah.
I think the movie overall looks good, but that's what the part I'm most worried about, because I feel like that's probably going to be a pretty major part, and I'm going to be very bored during most of those scenes.
I think they're just, because so Napoleon and his what's her name? Josephine? No. Whatever. His wife is that they were known to be a crummy twosome there. So yeah, it was.
I understand what they're doing.
Yeah,
just going for the type of movie I want. It's gonna annoy me.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of weird on Vanessa Kirby just as an actress, because I feel like she has, like, when she was in Mission Impossible, she's playing somebody playing a character, you know what I mean? Like, so
yeah,
so I know she's a good actress, but then I also I don't like her, and I don't know, there's like a weird thing I have with her. She's like very hit or miss for me, even in the same movie. So I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see. I think it'll be good. I think it's going to be an easy 8 out of 10 minimum kind of movie.
I don't know about that, but we'll see. Ridley Scott has not had, a real hit out of the park in a while.
I don't know his track record. I don't care about it.
He did his last movie was House of Gucci.
I don't even know what that is.
The one with Adam Driver and Lady Gaga. It's about Gucci, like the people.
Okay. I just told you that I'm grading it already off of the trailer.
All right.
I think it'll be a good movie based off the trailer.
Well, people are excited because he did Gladiator, another epic there.
Yeah, but I mean, that was like, what, 20 years ago? Longer?
2000, I think. It won Best Picture. It also had the guy who's Napoleon in it. He was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see. That comes out for the holidays, for Thanksgiving. So got lots of holiday movies coming out. We talked, most of those come out during the holidays or near December. Got Wonka and Aquaman and the Iron Claw. We talked about that. Plenty of movies, I think, coming out that are interesting enough that'll keep my attention. A Silent Night. I know you're excited about that. And I'm sure there'll be a bunch of weird Christmas movies on streaming services to watch.
Yeah.
Candy Cane Lane and some other ones.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about a really long movie. Speaking about long movies made by famous directors.
Was this like 3 hours and 20 something minutes?
Just short of 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
All right. Wasn't my favorite. It was long. Did not need to be long. That as long as it is, I know, whatever. I'm gonna go on my little thing here. People are only really liking it because it is Martin Scorsese. They are, most critics are just sucking it just really hard for this movie. It's annoying. They're just like, we love you, Martin Scorsese. You're old and you're not going to make that many more movies. So please give me more movies that I like. And I don't think I'm that big of a fan of his. I've seen Goodfellas. I thought it was decent. Almost all of his movies, of his top 5 movies, 4 of them, the ones that have done the best box office wise, are because of Leonardo DiCaprio. The ones that don't have him in it are the ones that usually don't do that well.
I mean, a little DiCaprio goes a long way. So,
like The Departed, Wolf of Wall Street, Shutter Island, this one.
Yeah. I think the biggest praise this movie will get from me is that at least it's different. A different story that definitely hasn't been told before. Which is refreshing in its own way because, I mean, so many things in Hollywood are just redone to death. So it's nice to have something new.
I totally agree with that. It's based on a book, I believe. And so this is what bothers me is I heard about what the original plans for this movie were and what the book is really about. So the book is more about the beginning of the FBI, which is called the Bureau of Investigation in this movie. So it's more about the Jesse Plemons character and the beginning of the FBI and them investigating
so it's like from the FBI's point of view.
So originally when Leo signed on, Scorsese was making it, Leonardo DiCaprio was going to play that part, and it was going to be the investigation of what was happening.
Okay, and so then they changed it and Leo became the lead.
Well, Leo was going to be the lead no matter what, but they went, let's give him a more different kind of
perspective.
Because the guy that he plays is very little in the book, really. He's like in the book, but obviously he's pivotal, but he's not a main character or anything. So
that does sound more interesting to see it from the FBI's point of view and actually solving the crimes and stuff.
I think it would have been way more interesting, and he would have been good as that role. So the reason why they decided to change that is because they said, well, we're not getting a different voice. We're not getting the indigenous people, a native. We're not giving them enough. Main character, still a white guy. Main bad guy, still a white guy. So mostly about white people still. So why did we change it?
Well, I mean, a lot of it was still the Indian and the English culture clashing into each other after. I'd still say that was still very present, but I mean, yeah, it wasn't. The main lead's still a white guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't. There was lots of things. There was some native culture in this, and I know that for somebody, I'm white, so I'm sure that resonated with somebody. Like there's a scene, a death scene, which I'm sure was, I'm sure that like there's little things in here that I think probably would be significant for somebody that isn't me. So I'm only coming at it from my perspective, obviously, but I think they could have done some of this stuff and took it from the original perspective. For me, I think it would have been more interesting, and they could have done a 2-hour movie and he could have just done his, that thing. Jesse Plemons could have been Ernest or whatever, and you could just swap them over and it would have been, I think, more interesting. I just think a 3.5-hour movie and you're just down the whole time and just, and it's obvious, like who is doing these horrible crimes? Well, it's pretty clear.
It was never like, it was never some mystery that needed to be solved or anything. That's for sure.
For me, it made all the native people, I know this is true, but it made all the native people look dumb. And they're like, I don't know. It's just, I know it's supposed to get under your skin and you're like, oh, these atrocities, that happened and all that stuff. And then, the commodity, which is true crime now. It's also talking about stuff like that. And, profiting on horrible things. I get all that. I didn't need that for 3.5 hours. Like, I'm still getting all three of our main people, I would say, did a good job, good performances. DiCaprio, as always, good job. Lily Gladstone, who plays Molly, and I know her name is Molly because I heard Molly about 100 times in this movie. Good job. And De Niro, good as always. Old, even at 80, he's doing a good job. I don't
know. I think he's just doing the same shtick from every other movie he's been in.
He's definitely not phoning it in like he has been doing in recent years. He's definitely tried with this one.
No, I know it. I know what you mean. He actually tried in this movie. I know what you mean.
He's doing his accent, and he's
doing the same thing that he's been doing for the last 25 years. Though.
Yeah, I do think it is kind of interesting that they're saying like, oh, well, this is different from, his crime movies or whatever. And I was like, oh, no, it's still a crime movie with De Niro as a crime boss. He's just not, Italian mafia
Godfather thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I think,
it's not. I'm not saying he did a bad job. The problem is he's just so Robert De Niro for me. It's hard for me to see him in this role because all I see is De Niro.
Yeah. So this movie it's showing how callous people are and like how, it's just about the money and whatever. But it was like a thing, like, I get it. Like I it's just,
it was too long. I felt like the payoff was horrible and it was meant to be so. And it's just a sad movie like the entire time.
Yeah.
People are just keeling over left and right and there's no mystery to be had. So you just kind of watching, the Titanic sink sort of thing.
They're just telling you it sucks. These people are bad. People are getting murdered. There's bad people. But also, not only are they bad people, they're incredibly stupid. And that just, I just go, it just makes the native people look very naive or dumb or whatever. They just are like, clearly they're bad people. And I don't know. It picks up for me when Jesse Plemons' character shows up, when they do the investigation. That's when it gets good. That 1 hour, hour and a half, whatever, was good.
I was gonna say like a half hour.
Huh? No, he comes in about an hour left. Yeah,
it's really hard to tell because it's like the longest movie.
Super long. Yeah, and they some theaters started putting an intermission in it, and they might sue these theaters for putting an intermission.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid. I don't know. It didn't need to be this long. But yes, so for me, it picks up when the investigation starts. That was actually interesting. And that's why I think, why didn't we just have that? Have a 2.5 hour movie about that, and you can show flashbacks and you can give the backstory and all that stuff. You don't have to.
Well, I mean, they did that anyway, so
I think they could frame it better. Framed it different.
I see what you're saying. I'm just saying that if they were going to do flashbacks already, you could have done flashbacks. Yeah.
I just think they could have made it more palatable. That's all I'm saying. I don't think this is a commercial film in any way. This movie was made for $200 million.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Why?
DiCaprio's and De Niro's paycheck, bro.
And Scorsese's paycheck. Don't you forget about that.
Yeah, that's true.
He will not get a blank check anymore. This movie made like $23 million in the first weekend. And this weekend made $9 million, a 60% drop.
Ooh.
Nobody's seeing this movie. So
that's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't know. So yeah, we can you got Brendan Fraser in there coming in being goofy, and then John Lithgow as the other lawyer in there. We can get into some spoilers here in a moment, because we're going to do our ratings, and stuff. Okay. I would say for me, stream it at home so you can take breaks, go pee, make food, whatever. You can chunk it up if you want. I still think he is a good director. The movie looks great, but I'm in between stream it and skip it, because you will know if you will want to watch this movie or not.
Yeah,
I'm at a 6.
Yeah, I think I'm there too. I don't think it's an average film. I think it is a little above average.
Yeah.
But honestly, though, I could see myself going to a 5. But just for my personal tastes, I do think the movie overall is at least a 6 out of 10. And I know, like, I'm sure people are at 7s or 8s, and then if you're a bootlicker, you're at 9s and 10s.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I felt like the payoff really hurt the movie for me, and then it's way too long. I never was ever rooting for any of the characters ever. Which it's definitely designed to be like that. I just overall don't like the design of the movie, essentially. But like you said, it is nicely shot. The acting is great. I mean, DiCaprio is by far one of my favorite actors of all time.
Yeah, so he's a movie star.
He does a great performance, yeah.
Yeah, he is a movie star. Like, no question.
But just the story itself did not captivate me in any way, and I'll never watch this movie again.
So it has a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. with the average rating of 8.6 out of 10 on Rotten for critics ratings.
Mm.
So, that's where critics are at.
Yeah.
Which is not surprising. So most people are at like critically is at like an 8. So yeah, I don't know. It's just because they like Scorsese. It's just, that's what it is.
That's fine. Well, you know what? They ain't never gonna make this movie again if it's gonna make that little money talk.
Yeah.
I mean, you might get another Scorsese movie like this if you did the Oppenheimer thing and it actually made money, but it didn't make money. So it's gonna be really hard for him to get another one.
Yeah.
At least this kind of budget. That's for sure.
So, question for you. Did you like this movie or Oppenheimer more? I'm going to guess Oppenheimer.
Yeah, for sure. I gave Oppenheimer like a 7 or an 8.
Yeah. I gave it the same rating as Oppenheimer, which is a 6 for me. I think I prefer this one. And probably, I don't know. It's just, I was, this movie, I wasn't going, there was not a time where I was like, I just want to leave. And that's where I was with Oppenheimer. And then Oppenheimer brought it up at the end. I don't know. Maybe it's just like these actors more. I don't know. But
I still thought there was some kind of like mystery to be solved in Oppenheimer. Wouldn't say really mystery, but I still thought that there was some kind of like good ending there. Whereas this one just had the most, I did not, it's definitely not your typical Hollywood ending. I did not like the ending at all. The ending really brought it down for me.
It's funny because that's what I think people are liking, is why I think it's doing. And that is the last, and that's what I was talking about earlier. That's the last thing you see. And I think if people like that and think it's clever, they'll go, oh, okay, so this is like a clever movie. All right, so let's get into spoilers so we can talk about the ending. You wanna talk about what you didn't like about it?
The ending. Well, first I do a flip-flop where he goes, yeah, I'll tell you all my crimes, yada, yada, yada. And then he does a double back and he's not going to tell his crimes.
That's where you get Brendan Fraser doing his.
That's where you get, yeah, it was like so random. And you get the other lawyer guy who was like a comedy dude and who usually Lithgow or whatever.
Yeah, John Lithgow. Yeah, yeah, he's been serious.
At least what I've personally seen him in.
He's Lord Farquaad, so and Shrek.
Yeah,
the voice of he's done some. He was in like the.
So I know for my wife, she was like, "Isn't that guy like a comedy dude?" Kind of threw me off.
He's actually a really good actor. He's a good bad guy.
I'm not saying he's not. It's just it was so short.
Yeah,
and almost like a cameo thing, and it just kind of threw me for a loop for a second, but
they were cameos,
not detracting points from it or anything.
Yeah.
But he does a flip flop, says he'll help them, and then flip flops again, and he's telling all the truths, and then for some reason doesn't tell the truth that he knew he was drugging her, and so she's like, "Peace out."
Yeah.
And then they tell it in like a radio thing because that's how they do it back in the old days. And basically everyone involved, he got off, the main villain gets off on.
Well, they don't get off, they get to leave prison, yes, but they go to prison for like many years, but yes, I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that guy did not deserve to leave prison.
Correct.
But the point is you can just lie your way through everything. And if you have good lawyers, yada, 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 that's the point of the story sort of thing.
Yes. So it's that they're white and it's it's against Native people, so they get, it's the point is to bother you. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. That was the whole point of the movie. Whole point of the movie was to bother you the entire freaking movie.
Yep.
And then they didn't even make up for it in the end, which everyone's praising because it's different. But I didn't like it. There was no comeuppance for me. I need my comeuppance if I'm going to watch him be a douchebag the entire movie. And I didn't get that.
The problem is that it is true. It's a true story, and that is what happened. He flip-flopped. And then the lawyer, but they think it was because the lawyer coerced him, or not coerced him, but you know what I mean, and all that stuff. And yeah, so the little radio thing, it is talking about like true crime podcasts and true crime stories, how people sensationalize it and profit off of horrible things like serial killers and stuff for a profit. That's what they're talking about.
I mean, that's going to be done forever. I don't care that it's on the radio thing.
Yeah, but they're saying like that would be an old timey version of like a true crime podcast. Okay. And you had Scorsese himself at the very end. He's the one that reads the obituary, Molly's obituary. That's the director. Also, Jack White, for some reason, is one of the actors in it. The singer from the White Stripes. And he's the singer. Yeah, I don't know why he's in it. It was weird. That threw me off. But yeah, I didn't like that. I thought that was a cop out. But I guess it's better than just black screen with title card where it just says the little this person got off and this person got off and this person died and
yeah.
Hundreds of people died and nothing ever happened and people.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just feel like if I played a video game that had multiple endings.
Yeah.
And they were all the bad ending and there was no New Game Plus or something and I had to play the game all over again.
I would say it's like if you play a game and you expect that there's like multiple endings, right? But every single ending is bad and just to a different degree.
Yeah.
It's like,
pretty much.
Nope, they're all bad endings. There's no good ending. There's all just bad endings. Yeah. I agree. So like I said, there's a lot of good actors and there's a lot of native actors. There's some of these actors are literally our first time like in movie actors. But I like, there was a lot of fun kind of character moments. Some of these people that I'd never seen before, like the guy who he's like the one that they get to kill somebody. He's like, I don't really do that anymore. He's like, do I have to? There is some stuff that are kind of funny in it. And I think the one of the interesting parts for me was the one guy who he said he was melancholic, he's depressed. And I thought that one was actually kind of interesting, and how he kind of manipulates him was interesting. And there was some like, offshoot things. There's, and it was interesting. The guy who was Foggy, talking about Foggy earlier, was in it he's there in the background sometimes. There's so much time in this, and he had like 0 lines, which I thought was funny. These are like random people in this movie.
It's the same with Oppenheimer too, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a lot of people in this. I watched the show Billions. I think the last season's airing right now, but there's a guy in that show who was the guy who was like trying to adopt these kids or whatever to get the money or whatever. This movie is literally just about the white people coming in so they can get the rights to the land that has oil on it. That's literally what this movie is. And because these people were very rich because that was the land that they were on.
I mean, too long of a movie. Definitely could have cut up a bunch of this. I don't know what would have been cut or not. I don't even care that much to fix this movie for me.
The completely different perspective. That's how it would make it good for me.
I mean, I see what he's going for. I think you can do that in a quicker way. All right. Well, do you have anything else left to say on it? Or?
I felt like there was more, but probably not. I don't know. Just trying to think.
You got anything left in your notes there?
I like Jesse Plemons.
Yes, he did a good job, but he really didn't do much.
I don't know. I just like him. I don't know.
He was just like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Really, I remember him from Breaking Bad, and he like kills that kid. That's all I remember.
I know. He's really good. He's good. Like,
he's good at everything.
He's one of those actors. Like, I really like him. Like, there's nothing that I have seen that he is bad in. I've seen him in bad movies, but he is not bad. He's still, I think he would be the Thing. He should be the Thing. He would be good as the Thing, I think. There's a movie called Judas and the Black Messiah. He's amazing in that movie. People should just watch that. That's a good movie. Now that's a movie where it is a downer, but that's actually
good movie. You have anything
movie.
To say on this movie?
No, I don't. I think I've, you know, it's just it's an art movie for the sake of being an art movie, and because he is a famous director, they got DiCaprio, so you can do whatever you want. We'll reshoot the whole, scrap the whole thing.
Now they're gonna get no dollar bills off of this, but it'll be a very pretty movie. Yep. Maybe it'll win an Oscar here and there.
It'll be on Apple, so watch it there. And they're increasing the price of Apple because they're writing people blank checks like Martin Scorsese and not making any money for them. So,
yeah,
so there rough. So there you go.
Guess you should have released it next to Barbie.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will see you guys on the next one.
See you later.